Hello, once again. Here is episode number 12 of Mission Earth. Voice and expression, I'm calling this episode. I mentioned earlier in my videos about this guy I met in India, the Baba, that made this funny sound and made me express my voice more, and I want to elaborate on that a little bit today. But first, it's full moon in the sign of Virgo. That's, for instance, a good time to cut your hair if you want a nice looking haircut. Also on the astronomy, Saturn moves into Pisces around these times. I think it's today or tomorrow. So that's exciting. That's a big move. We are finishing that 3-year cycle that kicked off the pandemic, and now we're going into a new 3-year Saturn cycle in the sign of water, Pisces. So water is liquidity, flood might be, rain, waves, and we are water, so that's good for us, I am reckoning. And Jupiter has been racing Venus across the night skies here, at least from Norway lately. That's been a nice show. So that's on the astrology. Free top G, just to put that in there. Until proven guilty, we gotta remember that. When it comes to me and my life, I am in a new place. I have been here for about a week, so take you on the tour. Couch / bed, kitchen, attic where I sleep, and in here it's the fan from the burning Cinderella toilet, the shower. There's the garden hose that I need to thaw so I can fill it up with water. Location is spectacular. I'm actually starting to work right over there. That farm on the other side of the field there. Going to work there tomorrow. Was there last week. This is the setup I'm living in. That's my neighbor over there. So, on another farm. In a trailer. It's alright. It's nice and warm. It's sunny. It's got a great view. Close to the forest. Also kind of close to a road. So, some noise in the morning, but that's okay. And I'm warm and dry. And I can cook food, so that's nice. Not a suitable place to have kids, so this is just for the coming month. And plan goes to find a permanent-ish, for the next years, at least a suitable location where the kids can come and stay with me every other week and go to school and do their thing. Going to see my son today, take him into football practice. Excited about that. And they turned 13 last week, so saw them, gave them some presents. That was nice. So yeah, last week been working some ski coaching this weekend. That was very nice. Working on the farm over there, and today I've been chopping down 60-foot, 20-meter girantre, as we say in Norwegian. Spruce, I believe, is the proper English word. Alright, keys, coins, and quiver go there first. There have been some new keys. I got the keys to this caravan I'm living in. I got the keys to the barn over there where we have our office over at the farm. So that's some new keys. Haven't found any. And it's been a long time since I've found any coins. My quiver, I have upped my work wear gear quiver. I bought actually 2 pair of gloves. One pair of them mechanic gloves, another pair insulated, because the last couple of days have been really cold here. And for climbing the trees, you need good grip traction and feeling with your hands, but you don't want to be too cold either. So thin but insulated gloves. And I bought a pair of Dickies work pants to have up on the farm. And I'm going to use them tomorrow when I go up there to work. It's going to be nice. We're going to sow, do some more planting, see how that goes when it's so cold, but we're going to sow inside. Leafy greens. Good day for that according to the biodynamic calendar. And I can't think of anything. I went to the mall yesterday with my dad. I went skiing yesterday by myself. That was nice, up on the hill. Did some GS turns, good times. And then I went to the mall with my dad. He met some friends there for lunch. So he was there. We're talking for a couple hours. So I walked all over the mall and looked at things. And I found out that it's not really anything I need. And I checked out, new gloves, that would be nice, but the ones I have, they are doing, like for my skiing gloves. So it's not really necessary to invest in any more stuff. Though I am looking for a long hoodie, white one, to wear for this party I'm going to, which is actually on the farm right here, in a couple of weeks. So the points for the last week. Spirit. So it's been a week of good connections, many good and exciting dreams, and spiritual learning, singing mantras, meditation. That's 50 points. It's been a good spiritual week. Put me at 200. Mental. I had some loneliness, but then, especially yesterday, but then people called me and a friend even came by, and I checked in on social media again and had some posts there and commented, sent some love, and was in touch with some people there. So even had a video call with a friend from Lebanon. That was really nice. So yeah, that helped the mental part. And it's like I'm working on patience. Here I have to fill water and I have to connect hoses, and the hose was frozen, so I don't get any water, and I have to take everything out, take everything back in. So it's challenging tasks. It's not easy to just come home and it's like, nice warm shower, but it's like, oh no, it's no water, I have to fill the water. Oh, the hose is frozen, I can't fill water. No shower. It's okay. I mean, I had a good meal. I'm doing fine. It's just some what would I say, easiness, like I don't know what the proper, some nicer facilities, So mentally 40 points, because I've been thinking a little bit about how I can up my game, or patience mostly. 170 points on the mental. Matter, gotten paid for some jobs, got new workwear, physically feeling fit. So the material world, it's I will say it's going very well. You know, I have a car, I have some awesome chainsaws I use today, I got skis, I got gear. I'm gonna put my matter at 80 points, so it's up at the same as my spirituality, 200. So that is cool. That is cool. Things are going very well. Feeling good, both physically and mentally and spiritually. Though there's been some times of loneliness, but I'm alone a lot, so it's okay. Now my tea is probably ready. And yeah, all in all, I feel like I'm doing very well. It's just the patience, because I know there will be opportunity and place for me and my kids to live soon, and I just have to have the patience to get that place, to let that place come to me. And now I'm ready, I got the job, I got the money, and the setup is just waiting for me to move in. But I'm here for another 3 weeks, at least, or it's 3 weeks. And then April is my plan to find a place. I do have a gig to hang out with Lars the cat until end of April, so I got some extra time with that thing happening. House sitting, pretty much. Oat chai latte. That was nice. Okay. So the theme I'm thinking of is expression and voice and throat chakra. Here we also have our thyroid gland, which is very important for our pH balance. And I learned about this in a session with the shaman for not too long ago. And I was became aware of the thyroid gland, and I googled it and then found out like, oh wow, that's where the pH level is regulated. And so I've been having focus on that more lately to relieve, make space, bless, feel good. And it's like color keeps changing. That's okay. One day, inshallah, I'll get some better video equipment. Anyways, expression. So to express oneself is 2 words, ex, which is like past or non or no, like it's a negative, and pression, which is pressure, pression. So to express is literally to depressurize. And I thought about this yesterday after expressing myself a little bit in Instagram, because I was inspired by a woman I know that is very good at expressing herself, and she talks about this as a way to liberation and spiritual enlightenment and going further on one's path. So I was like, okay, I'll share my algorithm then. So I shared my Discover Weekly, because I think that's something very personal. It is AI figuring out something for you, but it's based on what we are listening to on Spotify. And the music we like to listen to is reflective of our feelings and personality and how we are. So I shared that. And then I thought about this expression. And I'm glad I'm having this project here where I'm expressing myself, so I can just sit there by myself, talk into a phone while I'm looking at myself on the screen. I can look up, look into the camera, I can look outside the window, and I can show it to the world. And it's very nice and amazing the opportunities we have these days with our small devices that we can use for something good, and be diligent and disciplined so it doesn't use us. One thing I learned, or relearned, or was made re-aware of, listening to Joe and Joe Rogan, and this English guy who, what's his name again? Brant something? Well, I can't remember. I'll probably remember his name, but right now it slipped my mind. Russell Brand. He and Joe was talking about staying in shape and how this is so important. For instance, if you are depressed, that the first step is to get your body in shape and to do things that is difficult and keep doing it. And they talked about, like, what is this? Because it's not your mind, because your mind's saying, oh, it's enough, don't do more push-ups, or don't do an ice plunge, or don't step into the cold water, or don't go 3 hours skiing. But then it's something beyond that, and that disciplines you. And Russell mentioned this as that's the spirits, or the spirit. That's your spirituality, to be disciplined. And he mentioned that Jesus had disciples. And if you look at, for instance, Islam, praying 5 times a day, getting up very early, this is very disciplined. So the key is discipline to spirituality. So spirituality is not about, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the universe and everything is okay and everything is good. It's actually the opposite, I believe. It's to be very disciplined, to be in control of yourself, and do what's good for your mentality, physicality, like your body and mind. You have to take care of that and be in your spirit. And express, so that you have a high pH and a good digestion and a good posture, and use your voice for what you believe to be right, and stand up for yourself. So there it is, voice and expression. That is wrapping up today's video session, and I can just sit here and be messing with my camera and words and expression and voice, and look at myself and look at you and look outside and look at myself, look at the mask up there, and just depressurize myself into my phone. I think this video therapy can be very good, and you can get feedback. Maybe that's a good idea for an app. That is, maybe it's better to be anonymous, or no, you should like put your face in it. You don't need to say your name or anything, and you can just talk into there, and you can be like, hey, this is me, and this is how I feel, and I wonder about this, and I have some challenges here, and sometimes I'm sad, and sometimes I'm happy, and why, and how do you feel? And we can use this awesome phone to give people feedback and each other, and be there for each other through our phones. And in some way, this is what we are doing through social media, though social media is kind of censored and not always truthful, and people, it's not very always very nice in there, and there's robots, and you can't really trust people or trust whoever is saying what, if there's real people or not. But anyways, I believe this is a good way of, and has a way of therapy, for me at least. It feels good afterwards, and it's also a challenge because I put myself to do this once a week, and it's like going to therapy, and I like it. I can just sit here and be rambling, and I don't have to think about if I get any views or people like what I'm talking about, or if it's any comments or anything. It's just, I can just talk into something, or I can just sit and look at myself, and I can talk to myself, and I can save it, and I can go back and look at it on the video, and I can study myself and learn more about myself so that I can be a better person for myself and my surroundings. So there it goes. Expressions. I could just sit there and ramble about, and I can also be quiet and relax and take a nap maybe before I drive my son to football. Anyways, this is an expressive video by me to you, and I hope you enjoy it, and I really do hope that I can be of some inspiration, that I can, through this little camera here, reach into your spirit, and your spirit will be like, oh, I can do this for the person I am in, and do a little bit better, maybe a couple more push-ups, or another walk, fresh air, meditation, singing and expressing and saying nice things to other people, and just being full of love and light and happiness. Wishing you all the best. Oh, there's the neighbor. Hey, Bamse. That was nice. He came by now just to say hi. Stay tuned. Much love.